Let's talk about one of the most common and frankly most painful mistakes an investor can make. But what if there was a simple 9-point checklist that could help you avoid it completely? Well, there is. Let's dive in.
We've all been there, right? You find a stock that's just been hammered. The price looks like an absolute steal, so you buy in, you get excited for the big comeback. And then, crickets. It just keeps on falling. It's that kind of experience that just makes you question your entire strategy.
Well, in the world of investing, there's a specific name for this nightmare scenario. It's called a value trap, and it's a classic pitfall that gets even the pros from time to time.
So, what is a value trap really? It's a company that looks cheap on the outside, but underneath, the business is actually in serious trouble. That low price isn't a bargain, it's a red flag. Because a discount on a broken business isn't an investment, it's a gamble.
But what if you could take a company's temperature, check its financial vitals before you get tempted by that low price? What if there was a system to sort the real bargains from the junk? Well, there is, and we're about to break it down.
And look, this isn't some crazy complex Wall Street-only algorithm. It's a really straightforward tool that was actually designed by an accounting professor. His goal was simple: create a quick way to slice through all the noise and see if a company is actually fundamentally strong.
And it's called the Piotroski F-Score. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a report card for a company's financial health. It gives a business a grade on a simple scale, giving you a really fast snapshot of how strong it truly is.
And that scale is all about this number, 9. The score goes from 0 to 9. That's it, 9 simple tests to prove a company is in good shape. It's so beautifully simple. And here's the really smart part. The score isn't just looking at one thing. It's a full checkup across 3 super important areas. First, profitability. One of the checks is literally just, did the company make money last year? If the answer is yes, boom, you get 1 point. It's that easy. It also looks at whether the balance sheet is getting stronger and how well the company is handling its cash and its debt.
Okay, so a company gets a score somewhere between 0 and 9. Now what? What does that number actually mean for you as an investor?
This is the best part. It's so easy to read. If a company scores between a 7 and a 9, that's a fantastic sign. It means the business has really robust fundamentals. But if it scores between a 0 and 3, that is a major red flag. That is the warning zone where those value traps love to hide. Anything in the middle, say 4 to 6, is kind of a gray area. You'd want to be extra careful there. And this brings us right back to our original problem. Here's the key takeaway. When you see a cheap stock with a low F-score, it's not an undiscovered gem. It's cheap for a reason. The market is telling you that the business is weak.
Okay, let's look at a real example here with the company AMD. See that right there? A Piotroski score of 8. That is a powerful signal of strong financial health. It's sitting right at the top of that robust category. This is the kind of green light you want to see before you even start thinking about the stock's price.
So if there is one single idea you take away from all of this, I want it to be this next one. It's a simple analogy that perfectly captures what the F-score is all about.
I just love this quote because it nails it. The F-score is a health thermometer. Before you spend hours and hours doing a deep dive on a company, you just use this to get a quick temperature check. Is this business healthy or is it running a fever?
Exactly. It's your first pass, your first line of defense. It's not the end of your research, but it tells you if a company is even worth researching in the first place. It's an incredible filter for just weeding out the weaklings right from the get-go.
And all of this leads to one final super important rule, a piece of discipline that can honestly change the way you invest forever. The single biggest mistake is getting the order of operations wrong. So many people see a cheap price first, and then maybe they check on the health of the business second. When you let that cheap price tag lead the way, you are basically rolling out the red carpet for value traps to come into your portfolio.
The right way, the disciplined way, is a simple 2-step process. Step 1. Use a tool like the F-score to check for fundamental strength. Find the healthy companies. And only then, once you've confirmed the business is solid, do you move to step 2 and look for a good price. It's quality first, price second. Always. That's the golden rule.
Following that simple rule is the secret to sidestepping those painful value traps. It forces you to put quality ahead of a tempting, but often misleading, price. So that leaves just one last question for you to think about. What's the financial health of your favorite stock?